up, y'all? It's your girl, Ada O, and you are locked into Interactive Buzz, where we have the best interviews with some of the best artists. I'm so excited who I got in store for you today. I am joined by Vector, the Viper. Welcome, Vector, to FEVA TV. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Ada?
I'm wonderful. I'm so excited to finally meet you. I mean, I wish we could meet in person, but you know, COVID, got a social distance.
Yeah, so well, we don't have to wear a mask on this, do we?
Right, it could be a little bit more free. All right, Vector. So for those who may not be familiar with Vector the Viper, who is he?
I'm Ogume from Olarawaju David, born and raised in Lagos, Nigeria. Started to make music with a bunch of friends from St. Gregory's College, I think. Well, I know. It's been making music since I was a kid in church. I learned my foundation there. And it's kind of like just become this big thing now.
Of course, because you've been like one of the Nigerian artists. Like I was first introduced to you as one of like the pioneering artists of Nigerian rap. And I feel like Nigerian rap.
No. What?
I feel like Nigerian rap is kind of like its own like subgenre. Would you not consider yourself a rapper?
Oh, I'm a rapper. It's funny you said it has its own subgenre because I recently started a campaign for something called Rap Afrobeats. Because to come to think about it, I think it gets as rap as it can possibly ever get in Nigeria just by our regular day lives. Like I'd always say, if you take Fela Anikulapo Kuti's life, for example, it doesn't get any rap than that. Being bold, being fearless, being able to give out so much information just by making music, but also standing by what you believe in. Mm-hmm. At least if we're looking at that from like a Tupac perspective, right? And so we started Rap Afrobeat just to kind of accommodate people or accommodate the idea that it's okay for you to be a rapper and be a rapper on Afrobeats music, for example. Not necessarily trying to redefine the entire existence of rap, because that'd be disrespectful to everybody who's done rap. It's just pretty much being able to create more avenues for rap to evolve or express more. That'd be that. So, but onto them introducing me to you as a pioneer, shit. The pioneer of rap in Nigeria would be Junior and Pretty and a bunch of cats. But it just so happens that I've been blessed with time and youth.
Right. Amazing.
Yeah, to be able to do this for as long as I've been doing it. And basically because it's more music for me than just rap. So, and it's also the life that I live. I don't know how to do, but I know how to do a lot of other things, but I just chose to be within music and use rap as a major driving tool.
So one thing that I've personally noticed about you is you use your platform to like speak out on, social issues, injustice, topics of that sort. So I could see for you, it's not just about entertainment, like music. It's also about talking about things that really matter.
It's funny. I find it entertaining to highlight the stupidity in society as well. That's entertaining. That has to be entertaining.
Of course, we will.
But we all be looking for avenues to better our society at the slightest chance we get. Right. I mean, we're not trying to be perfect. We're just trying to make it better. It should be that. I'm not all about that, but I'm also the same way I don't see myself as a hero for the people or an advocate, so to speak. I just know that if I'm human enough to accept the realities of what's real and true to me, it'll resonate with a lot of other humans if it's real and true to them as well. And it is real and true that Nigeria or Nigerians or Africans or Black people don't have it best. But why don't they have it, not best, don't have it good? And why don't they have it good? It doesn't make sense, because we're all humans. So at every chance that I see, and it's a chain of events, right? You can't be good anywhere else if from the origin we don't start to tackle little things. Like I said, but like I always say, we don't expect perfection. We just expect improvement and growth. So by every opportunity and chance I get, I try to do my best.
All right, I'm gonna come back to that. I wanna get into what you were up to March 2020. You hear there's a lockdown. What was your first initial reaction?
The lockdown, I was like, another prison sentence? Okay. I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. Because I also studied the sciences in St. Gregory's College. And before I moved to arts in the university. And so I understood what it was. I know what it means. I know what viral infections are. I know what pandemics can be. I've read about one or two things. And it just, it hit me as hard as it hit everybody else. But yeah, if anything, I was more worried for, say, my mom, who's aged, and loved ones as well. But then now learning later that it wasn't just for the aged people again, that younger people as well. I was like, ugh. But thank God for Africa. Thank God for herbs. Thank God for knowledge of native ways, because the kind of herbs that my mom concocted and sent home, I lost weight using it.
Okay.
Like, yeah, but that's pretty much a summary. It's still very blurry because we don't know where it's going.
Right.
We're just. I stopped being hopeful, expectant. I expect that this too passes like every other pandemic that has passed.
So, despite all the madness, despite all the uncertainty, a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people didn't really know what they were going to be doing. The music industry definitely took a toll, but you managed to put out an album.
Yeah.
You managed to put out an album in a pandemic. So how was that?
Well, we also must have misunderstood the how do I say it, the true value of the globalization of the world now. A lot of things are moving towards the internet base, right? So we could release music with DSPs regardless. It also has its own little downsides because now we're getting into the numbers game. Numbers game is more over like the talent game. Not to say people who have numbers don't have talent, but it's almost looking as though the analysis of whatever is real now is by numbers. But then we all know money can bring that, but not necessarily talent alone. So yeah, but a lot of people I feel underestimated the power of the new era. So we could put music out on the internet. But as a musician and as an artist, the moment needed music. Moments like the coronavirus pandemic times needed music. Moments like that will always need music. And we are not the regular 9-to-5ers. We are spirit drivers. And it only makes sense for you to come to the rescue of your people at such a time. Hence why we dropped the record. Myself and Mastercraft. It's funny, we were just gisting, I was like, guy, we could just create music now. Because at the end of the day, whether you admit it or not, the coronavirus outbreak also kind of like felt like a reset mechanism for a lot of things in life. And it gave a lot of people time to pause and think. So I was speaking to Mastercraft and I was like, guy, I'm gonna knock them now from 1 track, 2 tracks, 3, boom, 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 an EP, right? And the track No Peace came in very, very handy for a lot of Nigerians, Africans around that period. So I'm grateful that I was able to, but then there's nothing to be too excited about that. You're an artist, you should be able to make music for every period and season that happens in life and time.
That's really interesting. I love how you said that you're a spiritual leader or something about spirituality, like the music. I think that is really interesting that you mentioned that. I want to talk more about your album, Crossroads. Talk to me about the process of making it. Did you make it all in the pandemic, or was it like some tracks from before, some tracks during? How did it work out?
We made it all within the pandemic time, except for No Peace. No Peace was recorded before then. And myself and Mastercraft felt it would be nice to give shine to a new producer as well on the album. So we brought Self on. The music was perfect for the time. Blessed was also a record I had made years ago, but not that production. And I felt like, so me, I'll make music and just
keep it on the
let the spirit. Yeah, well, Tupac did a lot of that too. But I'll make music and just let my spirit determine when it's ready to go to the people, not necessarily as a business idea or outreach of some sort for profit. Usually just, okay, yes, this music, there'll be the right time. I've had instrumentals where it took me a year to understand what the message that was meant to go onto it. So I just listen and listen and listen and listen. And the day I get the epiphany, boom, I just go in. So except for those two records, every other thing, including the spoken word, was crafted within the lockdown period. Like I said earlier, thank God for emails. Beats back and forth, vocals back and forth, and made it.
So what has been your favorite collaboration on the album?
I barely have like a favorite record. Because I don't know if the energy are different, they're usually different. But I really like No Peace.
Yeah,
my friends like to chill and smoke to it. Blessed is such a reality for me as well. I barely can pick one record that's my fave without remembering other records that suits like moments of clarity for me. So I can't really say this is the best one that I have.
No peace. Yeah. Tell my story. You can't confirm the gist until you know me. Don't you see you're living like a zombie? You own the peace, but there is no peace. You own the peace, but there is no peace. You own the peace, but there is no peace.
Hey, what's in me to do? When I do my thing, hit 'em with the woo. I believe the what, responsible for the who. No offense, I don't give a fuck about you. So, hey, what's in me to do? When I do my thing, hit 'em with the woo. I believe the what, responsible for the who. So, no offense, I don't give a fuck about you. From eating Batman to the physically robbing. Motherfucker, tell me that you're starving. Tell me you would rather kill people for the people, killing people. Be a solution and not a problem, boy.
Look inside, deep inside, yeah. Oh my. To tell you too deep inside. Jọ̀wọ́ bàbá mo fẹ́ yìí tẹ́ lọ́rùn, my head,